Hey everyone, and welcome. Mary Dibble here and Meg. Thanks for joining us. Today, the sisterhood is the survival guide to life, and children, spouses, jobs, even dreams will come and go. And yes, some friends too. But if we had to live a certain chapter without that one friend or support system, what would have happened to us? So, in this summit, we're going to be amplifying the power of community and smash the paradigm of the lone wolf. Behind each everyday woman is another one, cheering her on, calling her out, and making sure she stays connected to her vision and mission. We remind each other of who we are becoming, especially when we can't see it for ourselves. And today, Miss Meg and myself will be talking about the role of community on our journeys and the everyday people who make the difference in our lives. So, whether it's and how we both also receive and give support, because the truth is, it's just better together, right?
Absolutely.
So, so we're going to get started answering some questions and just having a conversation around it. And we do encourage anyone watching this to answer this for yourself as well as we're going through this and think about it and how it pertains to you. So, Meg, you want to get started too with introducing yourself a little bit?
Sure. Sure. So my name is Meg Harkins, and I am a mom. I'm a wife, also an everyday woman, right? I run a business. I'm active in the community. I have spent this past year intentionally growing relationships with women, like building a sisterhood for those that don't have it, right? Like I searched for it. I know Mary searched for it, and there's so many women that are hungry for it. And Mia's summit, like this beautiful thing, is all about that as well, right? Like, how can we go out and just build that tribe that we so desperately need? Um, I am the founder of Anchor Nutrition, so I'm a women's health coach, and I run a very faith based business. So we learn about how you can honor your temple that God has given us through food, nutrition, how it is a form of worship and praise to Him, and through all of that, how can we heal our bodies so that we can go out and do the works that He's calling us to do? Because it's really hard to focus on being a good disciple or doing the job that He's asking us if we're distracted with health problems, fatigue, headaches, all of the things. So, my big focus is honoring our temple so we can serve His kingdom.
Oof, I love it, Meg. That's amazing. And yeah, and I'm Mary Dibble. I am a wife and a mom of three. I'm a life coach and the host of Radiant Mom Rising podcast. I am all about inspiring and supporting moms on their journey to believe in themselves, chase after their dreams, know that they matter too. Yes, you matter too, and really helping you to, believe in all that's possible. Receive the abundance and the wealth and the success that you deserve and you're worthy of. So excited to be here and to share with all the women, because us women, we are badasses and we are, I hope I can say that. But we're such bosses, and it's so wonderful to just really support each other and grow together. And that's why I think this topic is so important. So Meg, you want to get started with getting into the questions?
Yeah, so the first question that we have is when you think about your community, friends, family, coworkers, mentors, who are your different circles, Mary, and what makes them so important to you?
So yeah, and I have many circles when it comes to having my family and the way they're supportive, and even my husband's side of the family and their relationships, as well as the moms that I'm connected with in my community and those in my podcast group as well that I connect with. And even my mentor, Kathy Heller, I always give her a shout out everywhere because I love her and she's a huge part of my growth. But what makes them so important is how they help me amplify who I am, how they help me to keep believing in myself and seeing what's possible for me, even when I can't. They help me to be a better version of myself, to strive for more, to just really embrace this journey of life. And without them, Lord knows I used to be really hard on myself. I was my your own worst critic, as most of us
Right.
are. So it's so important to have those people help put that mirror in front of you of the beauty, the positive, the wonderfulness that we really are, that we have not allowed ourselves to see for so long. So it's truly important to me. And For you too, Meg, I'd love to know when you think about it, when your family, friends, coworkers, mentors, and who are your different circles and what makes them so important to you?
Yeah, and before I touch on that
Yes.
real fast though, I have a question. So you pointed out that they make you a better version of yourself. So
Yeah.
how important is it that your circle, your community is truthful with you, right? Like I think we have a
Yes.
tendency to surround
I agree.
ourselves with just making us feel good, but I need my circle to hold me accountable and to push me where I don't always want to be pushed.
Oh, yes, yes. And they'll do that. And hey, just as a life coach, we're not always liked because that's what we're here for, is to show you those things that makes you uncomfortable, stretches you, gets you out of your comfort zones. And this is a big part of why they are so important. You're absolutely right, because they do help you to grow outside of the norm, outside of the comfort zone that you've been so used to for so long. And it's just a fun and empowering journey when you allow that. You allow that support in.
Absolutely. Yes. And so, yeah, my circle, just like you, my family, my kids. So, my kids are grown. I have two boys in their 20s, and they are definitely my biggest cheerleaders, but they are
Yes.
definitely the ones that hold me the most accountable. Like they
Oh,
question, but in a good way. Like even talking about my business. Well, mom, what about this? What is that decision? Who's it gonna turn away? Who's it gonna bring
yeah.
in? And um, days that I don't want to do something, my youngest,
Yeah.
especially, I'll be on the phone and I'm like, I need to go to the gym and I don't want to. And he's like, go, you need to go, get up and go. Right. And so
Yes.
I love that about them because they,
Mm,
they do hold that standard for me
yeah.
the same way I hold it for them. And I am blessed with a beautiful circle of women in my local community that
Yeah.
we do that for each other as well, right? We pray together, we cry together, we laugh together, but we
Yeah.
also push each other and rein each other in when our ideas are getting crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, is that from God? Is that from us? Like,
Yeah.
having that consistent just support,
Yeah.
but accountability as well
Yeah.
that keeps us in check. And I think that's crucial when it comes to your tribe or your circle,
Mm-hmm.
that they hold that mirror in front of you to make you see how beautiful you are, but they hold that mirror in front of you to be like, hey, you need to check
Yeah.
yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, right?
Yes.
I say that to my kids all the time. I love that. I completely agree. And it's and I have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 17-year-old. So I have one that's a senior in high school. So about to be, I don't know, we'll see where that goes with the college. Oh, it's an emotional roller coaster for sure. So yeah, but it is beautiful to have that. And as women, we're often great at supporting others, but not always at letting others support us. So that gets into our next question about how have you learned to allow support and what difference has that made in your life? And can you imagine the last few years without some of these key supports?
So I learned the hard way how to allow support. I hit rock bottom part of my story. I was hospitalized in acute liver failure from alcoholism, and I literally almost died. And coming out of that, I mean, going into it, I knew I needed help, but I was too afraid. I was ashamed. I was not going to ask for help. I hid it. The majority of my community around me did not even know I had a drinking problem. And so learning how to ask for help was a vital skill that I had to learn. I came out of the hospital and was like, I'm surrendering it all. Who wants to help me? Because, like, I'm going to take all of it now. I've wrecked so much. And I needed to rebuild a lot. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, my health being the biggest one. So, learning how to ask for help became
Wow.
vital. It was literally life or death for me. And what I learned is that, oh my gosh, it's so much better if you just ask for help, right? Like and a big lesson that I learned along the way is, especially as women, we want to do it ourselves, right? We're afraid to ask for help. We don't want to ask for help. But when we don't ask for help, we're depriving our family, our friends, our circle of their responsibility, of their gift that God has given them, of their special
Yeah.
thing that they have. Maybe He's called them to help us and we don't know. And by us refusing it, we're robbing them of their love for us, right? They
Yeah.
want to support us, and us not allowing them is actually pretty selfish, is what I learned.
Yeah.
And so who am I to tell them, no, you can't do what you're amazing at by helping me because I want to be a brat and not ask for it. Right. So
Yes. Yeah.
imagine the last few years without some of it. I
Yeah.
can't. Like I would be in a completely different place. I don't even know if I would be here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how important it became for me. So if anybody is watching this and you need help of any kind, I
Yes.
just urge you, just ask. It's scary and it's hard, but on the other side, it is beautiful. And
Yes.
it's not just about us, it's not just about you, it's about those that are helping you as well.
Yeah, that's so powerful, Meg. And I'm so grateful for you. And I love that because, see, I struggled with drug addiction as a teenager. So just knowing that if it hadn't been for these people who took me into their homes and they didn't judge me, they're the ones who really showed me who God was. And it's like he found me even though I was homeless and out there, doing drugs and being on the streets. Like it's like he found me and he led me to this home of these people who showed me him and he saved me. He took away all my stuff and it just like withdrawals and just really turned my life around. Even that was still a journey because like you say, it's like when we don't allow people to really help us, we have this sense of like an ego that makes us feel like shameful or that it makes us weak because we're asking for help. And that's, I think, a huge part of why so many people are scared to. I always talk about how even like think about when we were kids growing up in a classroom, when we didn't understand something the teacher was talking about, we were terrified to just raise our hands and just ask. But yet there's so many kids that probably were dying for us to ask that question because they too
Yes.
didn't understand. And that's just something that I think has been conditioned in a lot of us is to feel that asking for help makes us weak is we get so prideful about it. Like, oh, we got this. We can do this on our own. We can figure it out. But there's nothing like figuring it out with someone in your corner. There's
Right.
so powerful and it gets you there sooner. Like that's the thing too. Like I struggled and fought and resisted and just kept everything inside of me. And all that led to was depression, resentment, a hardship of a life where I was creating such a struggle for me of everything I didn't want. I was
Right.
literally attracting it the whole time. And it wasn't until I finally invested into life coaching and putting myself out there and meeting people and just sharing my story and asking for that support that everything changed. I changed my reality changed. Just I didn't even know that it was possible to be where I am today. Just like I'm sure with your journey of, alcoholism, that's something that runs in my family, something a lot of people have struggled with, and coming from something that was even harder. It's amazing how we can turn that story around, how we can create something better, something different.
Absolutely.
And if it hadn't been for the community, if it hadn't been for me being like, I can't do this on my own. Like I need that. Even God, just turning to Him and being like, I need you. I don't want to do this on my own anymore. Like game
Yeah.
changer, game
Game
changer.
changer, like life changing,
Life.
right? And it doesn't matter what you're asking for help for.
Yeah,
Asking for help is going to be the game changer,
it
right?
is.
Whether it's in your business, whether it's in your life, whether it's
Yeah,
anything, right?
yeah,
We were not meant to do it by ourselves. None of
yes.
it. And everybody has their own talents and their own gifts. Let
Yeah,
them use them because we don't
yes.
have to be the best at everything. That's what
No.
I've learned as well, right? Like I am not good at finances. I'm not going to try and be a
An
financial
accountant.
officer at any business, right? Let somebody else who
That's true.
shines do that. It's the
Yes.
same with everyday things.
Yeah.
And ladies, it's the same within our home. Let your husband load the dishwasher, even if you don't like the way he does it. Let him help. Like, ask for the help and graciously accept the way that it comes in
Hmm.
because it's just going to take, it just makes it so much easier.
Yes.
even just
And
those little tasks like the
oh yeah.
housework, the chore, like all of those things,
Yes.
ask for help.
Oh yes. And you know, I've always take this is one thing I would love sharing with moms when it comes to their kids. You are teaching your child life skills. You are preparing them for adulthood. They're going to have their own place and clean up their own toilets and do their own laundry, wash their own dishes. So why not be there to help them navigate that at a younger age to where it is, hey, I got this. I know how to do it. I love that about my son. He mows the yard. He does the dishes. He helps watch his kids, his brothers and sisters. Like he does so much. He cleans up his own bathroom. He cleans his own bedroom. Like all that stuff. It's like I've always told him it's not a punishment. It's preparing you for where you're
Right.
going. So also
Exactly.
see and whew, how what a relief. I mean, as if we don't have enough going on as moms, but to be able to take that seat back and be like, oh, I don't have to do the dishes tonight. My son's got this, or like you say, my husband's
Right.
got this. My husband helps out with doing bath time with the kids to give me a break sometimes. And it's like it's those little things. It's like we struggle just to even accept a compliment sometimes. This is what receiving is all about, receiving all
Yes.
the little things. And this is where you expand yourself for more and more of the blessings that's already meant for you. It's just waiting for you to show up for it, right? And that
Right.
is what this journey is all about.
Yes. And when you accept those blessings, the better you get at receiving, it makes you a better mom. It makes you a better wife,
Yes.
a better friend, a better sister, like all of the things, because you're not exhausted, you're not bogged
Yeah.
down, you're not stressed about every little thing.
Dang.
And like teaching your kids, the best thing I ever did when the boys got to junior high, they did their own laundry.
Oh, yeah.
From the rest of the time they lived in my home, if you don't have clean clothes, that's your own fault,
Yeah.
right? And it
Hmm.
was a struggle the first few months, but they figured it out. And I learned to stop nagging them. They didn't have to do their laundry on my schedule, which was hard, but it was fantastic. And that was just
Yeah.
one thing, right? They learned to
Yeah.
cook, they learned to do all of the things, but now they're out in the world living on their own and they are able to take care of themselves. And I don't have to worry about,
Yeah.
oh, he's got a job interview tomorrow. I wonder if he's going to iron his shirt. Like he knows how to, all
Yes.
of the stuff.
Yes.
So,
It is, right? I mean, I feel so good as a mom. Like you want to know that you're letting them out into this world and that they're prepared, even with the
right.
little things. And I always think too, I want my son to be a good husband one day. And I
Yes.
think about his wife and how she would love to have a man that helps wash dishes and helps with the chores and helps with the kids. And so it's like it's all working together, and it's a
Yes.
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to not have to worry or even have the kind of kids who show up and be like, "Mommy, do my laundry." Like, no, I ain't
Right.
doing that.
Yes.
All
Oh,
right.
so
So,
moving into
amazing.
a community, right? We're sending children out to be part of this world. So um, sometimes our community reflects back to us who we are becoming, right? So, what have the people closest to you taught you about yourself? And are you surprised by who actually knows you best and how different versions of you may show up in different communities?
Oh, I love these questions. So yes, they've taught me a lot about myself. I mean, because I know I said previously I was always my own worst critic. So I grew up in a very negative household as far as like my mom. She's a wonderful, oh my God, I love her to death. But growing up in her, she's from Trinidad, and just her upbringing, it was really rough. And so naturally, with the generational conditioning, she kind of grew up with negative, just seeing everything in a negative way. So of course she brought that into her own language and how she talked about herself. And so what's the thing I will say about what people have taught me the most about myself is seeing the good in me, is also seeing the ugly, seeing the challenges, helping me to, like you say, kind of confront the things about myself that need growth and to shift in a better way, while also helping me to see the beautifulness inside of me that was always there all along, that I just never unleashed. I was scared. I held back. I didn't believe. And so it's been a huge impact in helping me to become who I am today, really. And so I'm not surprised by who knows me the best, because It is those who are closest to me who get to, which, like I said, one of the things I love about this journey is you get to really be authentic. And I'm showing up more and more every day. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. You either enjoy it or not, and that's okay. I'm here to serve those that I'm meant to serve, and I'm good with that. And but it's been great to attract those right people who is meant to be in my world and to
Yes,
release those that are not, and be okay with that and not be hurt like I used to. And I have seen where different versions of myself came out in different communities, even those that were not the best for me. Like, I saw where I almost sometimes felt like I had to show up and be somebody I wasn't around certain, like, even family, because of how I was afraid they would judge me, or how they had judged me in the past or treated me in the past. And so, it is very important when we're having this conversation around communities, I feel like, to understand that, be mindful also of who you surround yourself with, because that is also
yes,
very, very important on this journey. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you, have your back, inspire you, believe in you, truly support you, and love on you regardless. Like, no judgment kind of thing. There are people out there who tend to project their own fears, their own beliefs onto you. So it's a matter of setting those healthy boundaries from people you can't always, um, separate yourself from, while also just honoring yourself and knowing that you have the right to say no. You have the right to surround yourself with those that have your back, rather than those that make you feel like you even have to be a different version of yourself in order to be accepted.
yes. And I think that's so important. Like your circle matters,
It does.
right? Like it really does matter. And um, I love the scripture where the excuse me, the friends lower their friend through the roof down to Jesus to be healed, right? Like
Mhm.
I want my circles to be those people, right? That are gonna do that for me. But as far as like what they've taught me about myself, I would say the same thing. Once I changed my circle after I got sober, because I did change my circle, not my family, right? The immediate, but
Yes.
my circle did definitely shift and change. Is they really helped me learn how to love myself
Ah,
because that was lacking so much, right? And that led to so many of my life problems. So I truly didn't love myself. I didn't trust myself.
yeah.
I didn't think I was worthy of any of that stuff. So my circle truly did teach me how to love myself. They
Ah,
taught me how to be accountable. They helped me
mhm.
grow through all of that and realize that it's okay to say I'm growing, right? Like I'm healing, I'm doing the
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
um and who knows me the best? Of course it's my very most inner circle. But what I have loved about this journey, and you touched on it too, Mary, is going into rooms, going into circles, into communities where I don't have to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And my innermost circle has helped me realize it's okay if the other ones don't like me, right? Like you
Yeah.
said, I will attract those that are supposed to be there, and it's okay if it's not everybody, and not being hurt by that anymore, not worrying about if I fit in because I don't want to fit in. Like I really don't. I thought I did for a long time and I
Yeah.
struggled and I struggled and I struggled and now it's like I don't want to fit in. Like I love who I am becoming. I love who I am and like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You like me or you don't and if you don't go away, right?
Yeah.
Um but that was a very big growth
Oh,
process through
yes.
my healing journey to get there.
Yeah.
And so I no longer act different in different circles.
Yep.
Like, this is me. And if you don't like me, don't invite me back to the community. Like, I make it very known. I am a faith driven Christian woman. This is what I believe in. This is what I do. And if I'm not your circle, that's fine. There are other ones I can go join. Um, but learning that I don't have to act different.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between being professional and being with my family. Like that's, I guess, a thing, but it's all still me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
I'm just a little more tied together.
yeah. I know. That's what I say. Because I have I will say it's probably something right there I love is like my husband, when I'm with him, like it's like at the end of the day, when you're like finally kind of relaxed or whatever, my country accent that I have comes out way more. Even
Yes.
something as simple as that. But I'm like, honey, trust me. I said, I'm getting more and more like where people are going to hear it. Like I have a little bit more of a professional work voice, of course, but at the same time, I'm really like loving this whole getting to be us, right? We get to be real
Yes.
and just like, again, what you're doing is like you're getting rid of those don't serve you and opening up space for what does serve you. And that is
Yes.
what's so powerful when you make that decision that, you know what, I am going to be me regardless, and I'm not going to let anyone dictate who I have to be in order to be around them. So that if that's how you feel, then that's not a person for you. So yeah, I think
Right.
that's a beautiful,
And with
beautiful
that being
message.
said, ladies, like when we say we're going to be who we're going to be, that doesn't mean that we don't take a step back and be like, I was ugly. Like I need to fix that. Or I like
Of course.
constantly improving ourselves to be
Oh
the best
yes.
version of us. It's not
Yeah.
the self love where, too bad if you don't like me. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to come
It's
across as that, right? But it
yes.
truly is loving ourselves, improving ourselves,
Yeah.
knowing that we are good people.
Yeah.
And
And
we still, and it's okay to still not be everybody's good person,
yeah.
right? But there is a difference between people being like, man, you're kind of not a nice person. And you're like, too bad. That's like,
Oh
I don't want to
yes.
change, right?
That's like an
That's not
arrogance.
what we're talking about when we say take it or leave it. Um,
Yes, yes.
but it is okay to be a beautiful person and still not have everybody love you.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a sense of empowerment for yourself because when you really love yourself and you really honor who you are, like again, you're just really allowing yourself to attract the right people
Yes.
who will see you for that beauty and who will only amplify that, like you say. And that's something that is exactly the message that we're putting out there as far as that goes. Because of course, oh my goodness, you're always learning. You're always going to need improvements. I mean, even with my kids, I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, I take ownership and responsibility because I want to teach them that. Like if I'm having a bad day and I happen to snap or something, I will immediately like, okay, you know what? Mommy could have handled that better. I'm so sorry. Let's just have a redo. Like instead, like this is the message I really want to come across. Because, I still honoring the boundary or what I'm trying to teach them, but the way you do it matters, and
Right.
how they grow up, how they feel about themselves. So I'm very cautious of that through all my journeys of everyone I come in contact with for sure. Definitely. All right. Well, so next thing is, yeah, we talk about this. You give so much to your family, your work, your dreams, and how do you always show up for your community? And what does giving back look like for you in everyday ways?
Oh gosh. So I have been getting more and more active in my community. It is a new community for me. I have only lived in Pennsylvania for 2 years. So getting out and meeting new people and joining different communities. But I get back in my church. I'm on the food ministry team. Um, I'm hosting a table group over the next 8 weeks. So people from the church will be coming into my home where we will be doing fellowship and just life together, which I'm so excited about. But I host free classes at the library. We're hosting events. We have several coming up for the holiday season. Super excited. We're going to be offering mocktails and appetizers. So, coming to learn how to make healthy mocktails for the holiday season, healthy appetizers, so you can enjoy and have fun, but not add all the junk back into your body, right? So, just being involved and offering these classes that honestly, like the group of women that I'm doing them with, we're not charging. It's like we're just serving, right? And I
Yeah.
love that, and just really building relationships out in the community, because if God wants to call me to be a millionaire, that's fine. I'm not going to turn it down, right? But what he's called me to do right now is serve.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to serve in whatever capacity he's calling me to. So being active in the church, giving these classes, helping out. I help out at the local YMCA preschool, teaching them about nutrition. I've helped out with a local homeschool co op, teaching those kids about nutrition. Just whatever they need. Like
Yeah.
it just fires me up to see. everybody's lives change.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, amazing, amazing, beautiful, and gives me so much hope and ideas for anyone in your community. I live in a very small community myself, and there's not a lot that goes on, but I will say it was really beautiful to see how everyone came together after Hurricane Helene in the community of really supporting each other and being there through that travesty. And just one of the ways, I mean, I love giving even just to for me, it's more of a virtual community because I have become really present online. And I think for me, being someone who worked from home and felt very alone on my journey, being able to meet people around the world because of a computer has like changed so much for me. And having these bi-weekly meetings with a group of women who we all support and uplift each other and help each other out, hosting networking events where I get to bring new moms together to meet and connect and to grow. Being able to host this podcast even and being able to give somebody a space to share their story, their truth, and have a fun conversation around things that will help inspire others on their journey to realize, like you say, we're all everyday people, just showing up and hoping for beautiful things and working to serve others and to make a difference in this world. And I look forward to even getting more and more involved and creating more of that local community support, showing up because I do enjoy like the school events and just being part of things like that. And I want to grow more and more into that. So you've given me such beautiful ideas even just through this conversation. And I love that because again,
Yes.
you don't even know what downloads can come from just having a conversation with somebody else of like something like, ooh, I didn't think about that. I could go to my public library or I could go to a school and do this and that. So maybe something I can look into to
Yeah.
help amplify and serve and give back. So I really loved your answer and love what you're doing.
Thank you. And part of being an everyday woman is my dogs are like completely attacking me right now in the background. So if the camera is shaking, it's because the puppy wants to play. So I
I thought
apologize.
it's funny because I thought I heard the squeaking noise and I'm like, ooh, that
Yes,
sounds familiar. Yeah.
yes. Um, so on that note, too, the next topic is why we need each other. Right? So, why do you believe community is necessary and so important for women, especially for those everyday women to thrive?
Yes, because again, I feel like we get in our own way so much whenever it comes to being on our own. We talk ourselves out of following through on our goals. We talk ourselves out of going to certain things or doing more, taking action because, our subconscious mind is constantly battling us to stay safe, to say where like, oh, that's too risky or that's too much work, that's too much. And this is where community is such a powerful way to help you to get that motivation, that intrinsic motivation, that inspiration, that momentum going, to not give up, to never give up, to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing in yourself. And I feel like that is so important for any of us to thrive because without that, again, we're just going to talk ourselves out of it eventually. We're going to start off maybe strong, but eventually call, oh, not follow through. We think about when you're going to go work out. If you have to go work out by yourself, it's easy to be like, maybe I don't have to do it today. But if you knew you were going out with a workout buddy and meeting a friend, how much more likely are you to go out there and actually follow through, knowing that like, for instance, with coaching, it's the same way. It's like when you have these goals that you talk about with your coach, and you got to meet with them in 2 weeks or in the next week, you're more likely to be like, I want to follow through and I want to have that good report kind of thing than if you were just by yourself being like, well, maybe I could push it off or whatever. So I really do feel like it helps you thrive because it pushes you in a way that we don't normally push ourselves.
I 100% agree. We need that accountability. We do
Yes.
better when we have that accountability. And our family is probably great. I'm not taking that down. Our husbands, our partners, whatever. But the
Absolutely.
accountability from another woman, from that sister, is so much
Yes.
different. It is really so much different. Like my husband, I love him to death, but he does not push me like that. He's like, if I say I'm tired and don't want to go to the gym, he's like, okay, babe, just rest. I'm like, no, you were supposed to make me go to the gym, right? Um,
Yeah.
but
I got their
we
place.
push each other in a different way and we
Yeah.
love each other in a different way, right? I
Yeah.
think that thriving too is just sometimes we just need to cry.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just need to vent.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't want someone to fix it. We don't want to be told what to do. We just need to spew it out.
Yeah.
And having that sisterhood, that community of women that understand that and let you do it and then just hug you, right?
Hmm.
And then we're good. We're like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
better. Like I had my
Yes.
meltdown or whatever, or just to share life with those experiences, those stories, the celebrations, they
Yeah.
just hit different when we have that sisterhood. And for me, for a very long time, I did not have that
Hmm.
because, again, I was worried about fitting in. And I was worried, well, what if I said the wrong thing? Or I just never felt like I was part of the group.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever me. It was because I was in the wrong group, right? Like I was in the wrong group. But because of those hurts, so many of us tend to stay back on the sidelines. And we're like, I just don't get along with other women.
Yes, I've
We
seen that.
do, right? But we have to learn how to love ourselves and be comfortable with ourselves and then find the right women,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And it's finding that tribe and that sisterhood. And whether it's right here in the Everyday Summit, that this is your sisterhood, because I think we have all been there. Like that's what we're building, right? But I think that's why it's so important.
Hmm.
It more than just we want them to push us and to be accountable, but we just need that love as well because it's different. It's just a different.
Yeah.
It just fills a different void.
It really does. And it's funny because that you brought up the whole husband thing because that's something, because he's always been like, well, I'm always here for you. And I'm like, yes, you're my best friend. But there's just something that women get. We just get each other in a different way that we just need that. And it's no offense. Like they have a beautiful place in our lives and how they do support us. But there's just nothing like that sisterhood, like you say, that connection of us really getting it, especially when you meet people who are on similar journeys as yourself. I mean, it's
Yes,
just like we really understand. And this is why I'm so powerful in like helping because for me too, I felt so alone when I became a mom both times. I mean, early in my life and then later in life, even just not having the friendships, the moms, the people, other people that I could talk to when I was going through postpartum depression, and just I felt so secluded and I felt so alone, and that led me down into even more darkness than I needed to go. So I'm so grateful now that I have this amazing support and group of people that I can turn to at any time because yes, like you say, we need to cry, we need to vent sometimes. And the most important thing about that though is yes, you need to own that and feel that, but you also need to release it. Release
yes,
it so that you can then get the empowering thoughts and remind yourself. And that's what the community does. It reminds you of what's next, of what's possible, of hey, where are you going? Look at you, look at you. This is what you've done. They help you to
yes.
see those things like, look, yeah, right now today, this didn't really work out the way you wanted it to, but look at what you've already accomplished. Look how far you've come on your journey. Don't forget that. Just keep going. Don't give
Right. Yeah. And that's exactly it. They let you
up.
release and then they build you up, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Um, so where where do we find you at, Mary? If women are out there and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I need her as a life coach. I want to listen to her podcast. I want all the things." How can they find you?
Yes, just visit me at marydibblecoaching.com and you'll find everything about me. I even offer a free 1 hour long call for anyone who just wants some support like that to get on a call and just gain some clarity of what's holding you back and where are you might be stuck. I even have an amazing quiz that's fun and a great way for you to learn more about yourself, of what's holding you back from confidence and financial freedom as a mom. It helps you discover your radiant wealth archetype and help you unlock your next level in life. So there's many things that I can be here to support you with because my goal is for us to come together and rise and thrive together. That is the way I've always believed it, and I see it with everyone and how they come together and how that amplifies their game. And I truly am all for it and believe it. And again, I'm honored to be part of this journey with you all. It is so amazing, the people that I've met, and I'm just really grateful. And same thing with you, Meg. How can everyone who's listening to you, what you're doing is so amazing, it's faith-based, and I would love to know where can we find you as well if anyone wants to learn more about you.
So, yes, I have a website as well. It is anchorednutrition.net. And you can find out all about me. There's links to my coaching programs. There is also a link. You can join a free 5-day reset. Just it's full of recipes and videos that just help reset your metabolism, your body, and just give you a good idea of, how to get some of just get start to feeling better, right?
Yeah.
I have a Facebook group, The Anchored Woman, that is open free for any woman who wants to join. Again, it's just more tips. It's a very supportive community on learning how to just honor your temple and your body.
Love it.
And I do also offer free consultations. So if you wanted to just call and chat and be like, hey, this is what's going on with my health, where do I start? And you can book that call directly on my website as well. I will try and keep the puppy off the phone call. So, yeah, and the same. I am so honored
Yeah.
to be part of this summit and this group. And if you don't remember any of this, just throw my name out into the Everyday Woman, and I will respond to your message. Right? Put a comment
Yes.
on this video. I'll reach out to you, however
Yes.
you want to do that, or just ask Mia. She knows
Yeah.
every detail of how to get a hold of me as well.
Absolutely. Yes. Please do comment below any questions, any takeaways even. We love hearing takeaways. What did you take away from this? What are you taking away from all the amazing women who are speaking at this event? Like we love to support and grow together. So we just want to hear how you're feeling, what's coming up for you, and any way that we can support you. Always know that we are here and we are all working together to be the best that we can be.
Yes.
This has been great. I am so grateful again. Thank you all for listening and taking this time. And again, because at the end of the day, community is where our strength multiplies, and together we are unstoppable. So let's keep rising and thriving together, ladies.
Yes.